Hey guys, I'm Kashyap.
And I'm Rahman, and today we'll be doing a presentation/experiment on which fruit produces the most electricity.
The purpose of this experiment is to figure out which fruit/vegetable produces the most volts and is the most effective as being a battery. Okay, so before the experiment was started, it was important to know how does a battery work. A battery works by turning chemical energy into electrical energy. This happens due to three main components in the battery: the cathode, electrolyte, and the anode. The anode consists of a bunch of electrons, which creates an imbalance between the anode and cathode. These electrons try flowing to the cathode, however, the electrolyte stops this flow. So in that case, when there's a closed circuit, the electrons can easily flow around until it reaches the cathode. When all of these electrons from the anode go off, that's when the battery dies out.
So how the fruit will be a battery is by the produce acid. The acid in the produce will be representing a electrolyte, which will be a barrier between the electrons in the anode and cathode. Because this, when we put the zinc and copper into it, the zinc will be easily able to be the anode and transfer the electrons into the cathode without them switching around. Alright, so for this experiment, me and Kashyap had both predicted the results from the best producing a vegetable for electricity to the worst.
So depending on the results that we get from this experiment, whoever gets the most wrong will get hit in the face with a pie in class.
Okay, so for this experiment, the independent variable will be the fruits slash vegetables because they will not be dependent on anything unless us. The dependent variable will be the voltage that will be found from the fruits, and the controlled variable will be the multimeter.
So these are the materials we'll be using in this experiment. We have an orange, a grapefruit, a tomato, lemon, and a potato. We have 10 alligator wires, 1 multimeter, some zinc nails, a copper wire, branch cutters, and a razor. And we also have a notebook and a pencil for recording our data. Okay, so first we have to gather our materials. Next we will take our copper wire and cut it to the same length as our zinc nail. Alright, so that seems to be good. Just cut. And then with this, you want to take your razor and just scrape off any oxidized copper on it. Right, and it should start looking a little bit shinier. So next side, oxidized copper. Okay, so next we will take our fruit slash vegetable and stick the copper on one end, right, and our zinc nail on the other. And you want to make sure that they don't touch inside, right, so that's good. We will then take our multimeter and turn it on. So now, because we know that the copper is positive and the zinc is negative, we will take the red wire, connect it to the copper, and the black wire to the zinc. So that number right there shows how many volts are being produced. So around 0.41. So that number will be then recorded onto our paper, so 0.41. And this will then be done for each produce a total of 3 times. And then the average will be found to figure out the voltage being produced. Okay, so these are the fruits after we've injected them. So we'll start with the orange. So just do that, and it says 0.46. Right, so Armand's doing that for orange. Next we will do the grapefruit. So that shows 0.45. So Armand's recording down the data. We'll then do the lemon. So that gives 0.47. And last we'll do the tomato. And this gives us 0.54.
Okay, so after the experiment was done, it was noticed that the tomato had the most voltage out of all the five fruit/vegetables, and the potato had the least voltage. This may be because the tomato was the juiciest from all five, and the potato was the least juiciest.
These were the results we collected from the experiment. It can be seen that the voltage was similar throughout all three trials. Using this sample calculation method, we figured out the averages for all of the fruits/vegetables, and this graph represents the average number of volts produced by each produce. Okay, so after the experiment was conducted, we came to a conclusion that potatoes produced around 0.42 volts of electricity, oranges produced 0.45 volts, grapefruit produced 0.44, tomato produced 0.53, and lemon produced 0.46. So meaning that the tomato was the highest and potato was the lowest.
For this whole experiment, we only had one main error, which was the fruits not having one constant voltage, causing the multimeter to fluctuate the results. Okay, so from our hypotheses, both of us were incorrect overall, but Kashyap was more accurate. So yeah, and this may have been because of the juiciness in the fruit produce, because when we were seeing the fruits and feeling them, we had noticed that the tomato was the juiciest and the softest. So, and the potato was the least juiciest and hardest.
So the purpose of this experiment was to figure out which fruit produces the most volts. In conclusion, the tomato produced the most as it was the juiciest, and the potato produced the least since it wasn't that juicy. Both of our hypotheses were wrong. However, mine was more accurate by one fruit. This means that Armand will be getting pied in the face in just a few seconds.
Or minutes.
Okay, so since one tomato produced around 0.53 volts of electricity, we decided that by combining 10 tomatoes, we'll be able to make around 5 volts, which should be enough to charge my phone. So let's try it. So as you can see over here, it says battery level 15% or less. Now look what happens when I put this in charge. So as you can see, the battery warning is going and coming back, meaning that the voltage being produced is inconsistent. However, it's still enough to charge my phone. And you can see that we're not cheating. The wire is actually connected to the tomatoes. So this is now your new portable charger.
Hey guys, if you like my video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.